What percentage of the time when a buyer buys a home should they get the home inspected?
They should get it inspected 101% of the time. Obviously, I am a little biased towards it, clearly. But knowing what I know now, and again, coming from the hospitality world, and before I started this, I honestly did not know much about the house I lived in. I was about as green as you could get getting into this field. But after doing this I just hit my 5-year marker, and being around the metro area and just, seeing all of the homes and kind of realizing the trends, you realize that it is vastly important to get that. You want to make sure you know what you're getting into.
I think I know what your answer is, but does a new home also need to be inspected?
And same as the last answer, 101% yes. It absolutely does. Actually, funny enough, I got a call from an agent this morning where their clients have a new construction home, and they were on the fence about should they get that inspection. And I let her know that I said, look, obviously, again, I'm biased towards it, but they absolutely should. It gives them that peace of mind. We are going in and we are looking at that one home for that client. The builders overall do a pretty good job, and I know the work that's involved in building the houses, but they're looking at sometimes 20, 30 homes at once, and things are going to get missed. We want to make sure that the client walks into a good situation, all of the little punch list items that, if they don't get the inspection, they move in and those things start showing up, and then they're having to get on the builder to fix them. Whereas, for a couple of bucks, they can get an inspection done. We can come in, go over it, like a fine-tooth comb, all of those details, provide them that report, and they can have the builder fix it before they move in. And they have the beauty about having those warranties, but it just kind of saves them a lot of trouble from the get-go by having us come in and do that for them.
Should there be multiple inspections at different times during the building process for those who are building a home from scratch? They're not buying one that's already built?
Yes, and that's a service that we provide as well. We do offer pre-drywall inspections. So we go in, prior to that sheetrock going up, and we basically, again, we're kind of quality control. We're just giving it an extra set of eyes for, again, the builders are throwing up a lot of homes at once, and we just want to go in there, make sure there's not any, cracked trusses, broken studs, little things like that. So again, they can tidy that up prior to that drywall going on, because once it goes on, it's on.
Average cost of an inspection, $500, $600, where does it fall?
We base our pricing off of square footage, but typically we're anywhere from probably $500 to $700, kind of in that range.
And let's just say you find a few things that are concerning. What process do you go through to make sure that you're not making a mountain out of a molehill or making it seem bigger to the buyer than it actually is?
Yep, and we deal with a lot of first-time home buyers. You want to make sure you're more or less kind of treating them with the kid gloves. Like you said, they are nervous about a lot of things in the investment they're making. We like to approach things with giving them peace of mind. Like let's say they have an older air conditioning unit. That does not mean that you have to go out day one and go change that immediately. But, we like to phrase it, hey, just, we'd like for you to keep this on your radar. You might want to get some proactive maintenance on it. And that's going to help make it last longer. So instead of saying, black and white, you need to change it, hey, you've got some time, and we like to approach things in the report that way, just so it does put their mind at ease, and also helps the realtor,